Hey, welcome back, folks, to round one of the new topic, resisting force, a winning formula for identifying and overcoming spiritual wickedness. Now, let me connect this to the preliminary by pointing out pragmatically, I hope you can find your truth. Note pragmatically, because I believe that pragmatism brings higher truth regardless of where it's mentioned in religious outlets, down to common ground where we live, work, and play in everyday life experiences where the rubber meets the road. So I hope you find your truth in these life lessons where the rubber meets the road in your life. It is important to say that, okay? Now, let's put round one in the context of force. Remember, biblical prophecy, real talk, on different occasions will correlate biblical predictive prophecy with science, with technology, with medicine, with nature itself, because I think and believe emphatically that there is a correlation. There's a oneness of God in this universe. Even with medical and technological advances, God provides the wisdom for that, but humanity has the option through free will and the power of choice to use it for good or for evil. And that becomes the confusing point for most people. Now, force in physics is a push and pull between two objects that cause attrition. The rate at which things and people wear out and deteriorate. Or force causes acceleration, to increase in energy and strength at a rapid rate. Here that force will be applied to Ephesians 6:13. So remember this, for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. We don't war, we don't struggle, we don't fight against people, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly or high places. Remember, I've shared in the past, we are living in prophetic times, in real time. But many of us lack the discernment to see the particular sign. So there are some spiritual sources that have been released in the atmosphere, in the climate, through the prince and the power of the air that is affecting the mood and the attitudes of people. So we have to identify that force and overcome that force. Later, I'll break that particular verse down into three tiers of oppression and obsession coming from spiritual influences in our society. If you believe that natural life is a reflection of spiritual life that's born out in our faith as believers in the Lord and in other religious outlets. That's the key. Do we really believe in that? It means that the world we live in today, in these prophetic times, is engaged what I call cosmic spiritual warfare in the heavenly places, high places that come down through institutions, then to people. We'll define that for you as we move on. So, force can come from the universe, of course, nature, of course, human nature, or spiritual life, and it emanates energy. We feel it in the form of energy. That force here is on spiritual life forces because that force, like the laws of the universe, affects natural human life, which is why natural life can be a reflection of spiritual life. Oh, we're in a fight right now. Come back for round two.